Namo Sakyamuni Buddha. Dear Venerable Sangha, Buddhist ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the weekly Buddhist news in Phật sự online channel. There are 7 major news of the week. Vietnam Buddhist Sangha joins hands to support the people in central regions severely affected by storms and floods. Ho Chi Minh City, introduction into faculties and subjects for newly enrolled students of course 15 at Vietnam Buddhist University. Centenary birthday ceremony to Elder Most Venerable THICH. The 9th Southeast Asian Cultural Festival and the second semi-final round of Traveling Around Southeast Asia contest year 2020. Myanmar, Vietnamese Buddhists support Buddhism and Burmese people amidst COVID-19 pandemic. Ho Chi Minh City, announcement ceremony to appoint PAGODA'S abbot. Bang Pagoda's Buddhist followers offer gifts to night laborers in Hanoi City. And following are the news in details. In the spirit of universal compassion and salvation of Buddhism, at the same time implementing the circular number 228 TB-HDTS of the Administrative Board of Vietnam Buddhist Sangha on mobilizing resources for the relief of people in the central provinces who are suffering great losses. Many villages were isolated by flood waters. Buddhists all over the country turned to the central region with the following typical practical relief activities.
On the 21st of October 2020, a central delegation of the Vietnam Buddhist Sangha, the Central Committee for the Central Social Security, and the Vietnam Buddhist Sangha Committee in Quảng Nam Province were led by Venerable Thích Đức Thiện, Vice Chairman, General Secretary of the Vietnam Buddhist Sangha Council, head of the International Buddhist Committee, visited and offered gifts to the people who had been affected by floods and storms in Đại Lộc District. Among the attendants, there was Ms. Mai Thị Hạnh, First Lady of former State President Trương Tấn Sang, together with representatives from local authorities, sponsors, and Buddhists. The delegation presented 500 gifts to people at Đại Chánh Commune's People's Committee and 500 gifts at Đại Sơn Commune, with a total cost of 1.5 billion Vietnamese dong. On this occasion, the Vietnam Buddhist Sangha also supported the construction of a house in flood and storm disaster at Đại Lãnh Commune, worth of 100 million Vietnamese dong. The Quảng Nam Provincial Vietnam Buddhist Sangha supported the construction of a house worth 70 million Vietnamese dong, and the charity group Sharing, established by Ms. Mai Thị Hạnh, also supported the reconstruction of 2 houses worth of 160 million Vietnamese dong in Đại Lãnh Commune. During 2 days of the 20th and 21st of October 2020, Bhadanta Thích Quảng Hiếu, the residential monks of Tân Hải Pagoda, Hanoi, together with representatives of Buddhists, philanthropists, and sponsors, donated 2,000 gifts of necessities to people in floodplain areas in Hà Tĩnh, Huế, and Quảng Bình provinces. Other flood-affected places where the delegation came to, the local authorities, the People's Armed Forces, and the rescue team supported with all their efforts so that the group could complete the task of giving gifts to people in the shortest time. Officers of the army, militia, and local people also helped the delegation and took the crew to places where people were isolated and in most difficult situations so that the essential gifts could be received by the desperate people. There were places where the delegation had to wade in water, walk a long distance to reach the people in the flood areas. On the morning of the 20th of October 2020, nuns, Buddhists of Đình Quán Pagoda, Hanoi, and students from university in the city wrapped sticky rice cakes to send to the central regions to have flood victims. To have beautiful round sticky rice cakes to send to the people of central Vietnam, Master Nun Thích Tịnh Quán, member of the Dharma Enactment Section, the abbot of Đình Quán Pagoda, personally instructed the nuns, Buddhists, and all the volunteers how to wrap the cakes. In addition to the diligent practice of chanting sutta, performing rituals, during these days at Dingguan Pagoda, every morning the nuns and volunteers performed the cake wrapping. After picking up the cakes from the boiling pots, they would continue wrapping the cakes and then boil the sticky rice cakes in the evening. Despite the hard work, everyone felt happy because they contributed their little effort to helping and supplementing the people in the central region, a revivification from the recent storm and flood. In Ho Chi Minh City, on the 17th of October 2020, at night, Hạnh Monastery solemnly held a candlelight night, prayed for the flood-affected people in central Vietnam. After 1 week of launching the relief for the beloved central people, Hạnh Monastery received nearly 2 billion Vietnamese dong from the Buddhist community at home and abroad. The charity trip is expected to take place in late October 2020 to 3 provinces of Huế, Quảng Trị, and Quảng Bình. After the incense sticks and prostration to the Buddha, the candle transmission ceremony took place in a sacred atmosphere. Venerable THICH respectfully invited the light from the Blessed One and transmitted it to monks and Buddhists. Meanwhile, the 4 prayers of the 4 great Bodhisattvas were held up with candlelight radiating light, shining brightly across the righteous mindfulness. The Venerable Abbot continued to guide the masses to spread kindness, directing his heart toward the people who were suffering. Next, the masses recited the title of Bodhisattva Guan Jin, praying for her blessing, bringing peace to everyone and all species. In the brief bestowing words of wit, Master Chi Chun said, "The loss of loved ones, the loss of homes and gardens, the loss of property, are the extreme pain of the people in central Vietnam at this time. In the midst of urban prosperity, only one rain could have caused flooding, traffic jams, malfunctioned cars adding up to our suffering. Needless to say about living in the middle of a vast sea of flood water. The old people, the children, sitting on the roofs of the houses, faces of the boys and girls, climbed up high trees to gain light from storms and floods. Our loved one may have passed away. We can still see the face and hold a hand to say goodbye. Why the people in the flood, their loved ones, have been swept away by the flood, covered and mixed in soil. They could not see their face in time. How profound a pain it is. This prayer ceremony is an opportunity for the Buddhists to practice compassion toward the people of central Vietnam. As a Buddhist disciple, it is necessary to practice kindness, to bring joy to people, and to alleviate suffering for the world. If we practice according to the Buddha's teachings, happiness would be present, our life would be alleviated from further suffering." In Đồng Nai, on the morning of the 21st of October 2020, the Red Cross of Long Tuen Pagoda, Đồng Nai Province, and the Volunteer Club of Vitality, Ho Chi Minh City, led by Master Nun Thích Nữ Huệ Thiện, Abbot of Long Tuen Pagoda, as head of the delegation, organized a volunteer visit to give relief to flood-affected people in 3 central provinces, Quảng Nam, Quảng Trị, and Thừa Thiên Huế. In Bà Rịa Vũng Tàu, on the morning of the 22nd of October 2020, a charity team organized by the Social Security section of the Vietnam Buddhist SANGHA in Bà Rịa Vũng Tàu Province organized a program to help people who encounter natural disasters and floods in the central region, led by Master Nun Thích Nữ Tiến Liên, accompanied by Master Nun Thích Nữ Diệu Lành. The first relief phase, the rescuer represented 200 gifts of essential goods to people in flood areas in Thừa Thiên Huế Province. In the second phase, the delegation continued to give 300 gifts in Quảng Trị Province. In Đắk Lắk, during 3 days of the 19th, 20th, and 21st of October 2020, Venerable Thích HIEN, Vice Head of the Provincial Buddhist Dharma Enactment Section, head of the Dharma Enactment of Krông Bông District, the abbot of Phước Vân Pagoda, Đắk Lắk Province, called on Buddhists in the ashrams to organize the package and cook 2,000 ground sticky rice cakes and square cakes to offer the people in the central region who suffer from storms and floods. As a child of Hải Lăng District, Quảng Trị Province, ordained in Ho Chi Minh City, the Venerable was appointed to serve Dharma in Krông Bông District, Đắk Lắk Province. So, during the days of religious service, taking the news about his hometown, where his old mother is living, in constant flood, Venerable Thích HIEN prepared many gifts such as essential items to support the homeland people.
In order to provide an orientation for the newly enrolled students how to choose major studies before officially entering the first semester, on the afternoon of October 17, 2020, at the Vietnam Buddhist University, the Student Admission Council and the monks of faculty organized the introduction to faculties and subjects for the new monks and nuns of the 15th term of the university.
Attending the representation, there were Venerable Thích Nhật Từ, Permanent Vice Directors of the Vietnam Buddhist Sangha in Ho Chi Minh City, Venerable Thích Chân Minh, Vice Director cum Head of the Sangha Administrative Council, Venerable Thích Giác Hoàng, Vice Head of the Secretariats and Chairs of the Office of the Vietnam Buddhist University, together with the three monks of the University Student Board, the deans of the faculties of 553 new monks and nuns, who have just passed the entry examination for the Section 15 at the Vietnam Buddhist University. Venerable Thích Nhật Từ sent his congratulations to the new students who have just been enrolled in the 15th course at the Vietnam Buddhist University. Through this activity, new students will be introduced to the faculties and subjects to help the new monks and nuns choose a suitable faculty to study during the 4-year study at the Vietnam Buddhist University. Next, the Venerable monk, representing the study boards of 13 faculties at the Vietnam Buddhist University, also introduced the characteristic and distinguished features of each faculties and the subject to the 15th term monks and nuns. The Venerable monks of the faculties also answer questions about the faculties as well as the study programs at the Vietnam Buddhist University for the student monks and nuns. Monks and nuns are also instructed how to log in student accounts and research courses through the training program management software of the Vietnam Buddhist University. The righteous of faculty will help the Buddhist monks and nuns in the future to inherit and promote the Buddhist tradition in the future, contributing to the development of Vietnam Buddhist Sangha in the periods of international integration. The graduation ceremony and general school year opening ceremonies, as well as the year camp festival programs and extracurricular activities at the Vietnam Buddhist University in Ho Chi Minh City will be officially held on October 25, 2020.
On the afternoon of October 14, 2020, Vietnam Buddhist Sangha, the Ho Chi Minh City Buddhist Administrative Board, the Buddhist Administrative Board of District 3, together with the disciples and Buddhists of Sa Lợi Pagoda, held the birthday ceremony of Most Venerable Thích Hiện Tu, Vice Secretary of the Buddhist Administrative Council, who just turned 100 years old.
Elderly Most Venerable Thích Hiện Tu is a highly virtuous monk. He is also an example of compassion and wisdom for monks and nuns, postgraduate for Buddhists to rely on. Today, entering the age of longevity, he has spent 93 years of Dharma service, going through many stages of history. The Elder Most Venerable is a testament to the flourishing Buddhism in Vietnam. In witness, it was honored to have Elder Most Venerable Thích Hiện Tu, who said, "Living to the age of 100 years old, being like today is attributed to the grace of the Buddha, the patriarchs, the respect of monks and nuns and Buddhists. In our opinion, the celebration of the birth anniversary is a nuisance and a waste of the public resources. But because of wish to have Buddhists show the grace and increase their devotion in the three jewels, the Sangha of Sa Lợi Pagoda organized this ceremony. We just have to accept. By the way, we send and advise monks and nuns, Buddhists, on our path to keep their faith in the Dharma. All actions are always for the welfare of sentient beings, the development of Sangha, and endurance of Buddhism. The elder Most Venerable Thích was born in 1920 in Ba Chi District, Bến Tre Province. He ordained as a monk at the age of 7. During his practice, he was revered by the monks and given many important positions and the Buddha over many periods. He is the abbot of Salot Pagoda, over 60 years sticking. At the same time, with the contributions to the Dharma and the nationalities, the elder Most Venerable was awarded the third-class labor medal with many certificates of merits from the state levels, the authorities of Ho Chi Minh City, Bến Tre Province, and many merit certificates of the Central Vietnam Buddhist Sangha.
On the morning of October 18, 2020, the Youth Union of Ho Chi Minh City Open University coordinated with the Vietnam Southeast Asia Friendship Association to organize the 9th Southeast Asian Cultural Festival and the second semi-final round for Traveling Around Southeast Asia contest, year 2020.
Attending the program, there were representatives of Ho Chi Minh City Open University, Faculty of Sociology, Social Work, Southeast Asia, representatives of the Southeast Asian countries in Ho Chi Minh City, representatives of the Vietnam Southeast Asian Friendship Association, representatives of the diplomatic agency in Ho Chi Minh City, and a large number of students from various universities and colleges in the city. Associate Professor Phan Thị Hồng Xuân, President of Vietnam Southeast Asia Friendship Association, delivered the opening speak and share. The Southeast Asian Culture Festival is an annual activities of the Ho Chi Minh City Open University aiming to create a playground for students in the cultural exchange activities and international integration. Students participating in the festival will experience up the culture's atmosphere and pictures of 11 countries in South Asia, enjoy cultural reenactment through performance on stage. This is also an activity to celebrate the 51st anniversary of the foundations of the Association of Southeast Asian Nations, ASEAN, and the 25th celebration of Vietnam joining to ASEAN. The second semi-final round of the Traveling Around Southeast Asian contest had 8 teams, taking turns to show outstanding performance, reenacting the typical cultural features of the Southeast Asian countries on the stage. The contest is an opportunity for students to discover and learn about the regions, the countries of Southeast Asia area, traditional cultures, and the economic and political situation of the ASEAN, contributing to enhancing and applying knowledge in reality. In the afternoon, the 9th Southeast Asian Culture Festival took place, and the booths were particularly recreate vividly traditional cultures of the country to introduce the audience to a Southeast Asian region with diversity of cultures and features.
On October 18, 2020, Buddhist laypersons Trần Thị Dung, Trương Kim Lan, and a group of Vietnamese Buddhists in Ho Chi Minh City raised more than 200 million Vietnam dong to support Buddhism and Burmese people who are suffering from COVID-19 pandemic.
The entire donated amount was offered to 180 Burmese temples, and 120 charity gifts were distributed to poor people in New Dagon district, which were affected by COVID-19. Each donation to the temple is equivalent to 1 million Vietnamese dong, and a charity gift to the poor was worth 270,000 Vietnamese dong for each portion. A solemn offering ceremony was held at Đại Phước Pagoda, Yangon, Myanmar, led by Venerable Thích ABBOT, member of the Vietnam Buddhist Sangha, Overseas Dharma Division, responsible for operating the program. During the ceremony, there were the presence of the district administrator, Mr. Sayadaw Sandimar Bivamsa, and monks representing the temples who came to receive the offerings. The offering ceremony was conducted in several phases by the organizers and supported by the presidents of the two wards. Attending the ceremony, the district administrator expressed his gratitude to the Vietnamese Buddhists who have been supporting Buddhism and the Burmese people in difficult situations of COVID-19 pandemic, and warmly wished all the philanthropic families to have a long life, beauty, happiness, strength, and wisdom.
On the morning of October 17, 2020, the Administrative Council of Thủ Đức District-based Vietnam Buddhist SANGHA solemnly held the ceremony to announce the decision to appoint the Venerable Thích Thiện Tuệ in the position of Abbot of An Lạc Pagoda.
In witness, it was honored to have Most Venerable Thích Như Tín, members of the Cultural Apparent Administrative Board of the Buddhist Sangha in Ho Chi Minh City. Most Venerable Thích Thiện Đức, standing members of the Administrative Council, vice heads of the Administrative Board, come heads of the Supervisory Boards of the Vietnam Buddhist Sangha in Ho Chi Minh City. Most Venerable Thích Tắc Lãnh, heads of the Vietnam Buddhist Sangha of the district, heads of the organizing committee. Most Venerable Thích Nhật Hỷ, members of the Administrative Board, heads of the legislative committees of the Vietnam Buddhist Sangha in Ho Chi Minh City, and the Buddhist monks and nuns among the attendants. Most Venerable Thích Hoàng Tri, Vice of Organizing Committee, gave the opening speech, and Venerable Thích Trung Nguyện, Vice Secretaries and Vice Officer of the Vietnam Buddhist Sangha in Ho Chi Minh City, read the decisions of appointing the abbots of Venerable Thích Thiện Tuệ, bearing the real secular names of Nguyễn Văn Dũng, born in 1982, frequent resident at the An Lạc Pagoda, Thủ Đức District, Ho Chi Minh City. To follow the program, Venerable Thích Thiện Quý handed over the decision to appoint the new abbot of An Lạc Pagoda. It was Most Venerable Thích Trí Lành, former abbot of An Lạc Pagoda, that also handed over the abbot seals to Venerable Thích Thiện Tuệ. In his new robe, Venerable Thích Thiện Tuệ promised to the religious people and monks to prove his aspiration to accept the mission and truth by the Vietnamese Buddhist Sangha in Ho Chi Minh City. He would pray for the rest of the life to serve the religions and the nation, always obey the rules of the Sangha and the charters of the Vietnam Buddhist Sangha, as well as the laws of the state that regulate and guide Buddhists to practice the Dharma, live and work properly in the growing spirit of serving the Dharma and the nation to the development of the Buddhism. On this occasion, the Venerable, the new abbot, also gave an amount of 20 million Vietnam dong to Miss Trịnh Thị Mỹ Huệ, Vice Chairwoman of the Vietnam Foreign French Committees of Thủ Đức District, to support the people in the central region who are suffering from the natural disasters and the flood.
For the celebration of Vietnamese Women's Day, with the wish to show gratitude and sharing love to the women who work silently to bring back the beauty for the capital city at night, on the night of October 19, 2020, under the guidance of Most Venerable Thích Bảo Nghiêm, Buddhist followers of Bằng Pagoda, Hanoi City, offer 50 sets of gifts to environmental sanitation women, workers, street vendors, night street laborers.
Right from the early afternoon, the Buddhist followers of Bằng Pagoda bought flowers to make small bouquets, attached with small greeting cards of handwritten sincere wishing on each bouquet, and carefully prepared jackets in order to offer the women with a wish to convey the simple warmth and happiness to the women working under hardship at night. Among the environmental workers, street vendors, speaking garbage women, etc., because of earning a living, they have to work under hardship through the night. There are some people who haven't known the greetings or gift for the 20th of October occasion. I am now 90 years old, but it is the first time I receive a gift on the 20th of October occasion. My dear, I am very happy. For several decades, I don't know what the 20th of October is about. Poor homeless people like us, they are not concerned with special occasions. Thank you so much for paying and sharing our concern to homeless people like us. The cold at Hanoi night that makes people gently shrink their bodies were dispelled by the bright smiles on austere faces, or a tight holding hand of the people who haven't known each other, and even the moved tears of happiness. Though the program of sharing love ended on the very early moment of the date of the 20th of October, its overflowing happiness as well as concern of human life still lingers in everybody's follower's mind. And from then, everybody can learn from the spiritual teacher. Being children of Buddha, to study Buddha's teachings, it is the must to be compassionate, sharing love, loving all people, know how to practice bodhisattvas, so that fragrant lotus can blossom in our lives.
Venerable monks and nuns, Buddhist ladies and gentlemen, the last news sets out of this weekly newsreel. Thank you for your attention and following. Goodbye and see you in the next program on psotv channel. Namo Sakyamuni Buddha.